Let me quickly talk to you about top 5 bad credit guaranteed approval loans for a large amount, up to 50K. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. Today I'm going to talk to you about the top 5 bad credit guaranteed approval loans for a large amount, up to $50,000. But before we get into the nitty gritty, I just want to quickly acquaint you with our methodology. We do have an evaluation approach that is very rigorous, whereby we categorize, we look into all the loans that we review on this show, and we actually appraise the borrower friendliness of those loans. Check this out. All right, number 5, we have cashadvance.com. Our score 8.5 over 10. This is a great platform if you're trying to get if you have bad credit and you're trying to get a loan that is large for any purpose. Cashadvance.com is pretty cool. They actually they would provide short-term they provide short-term loans of $100 to $25K. They of course welcome bad credit, fair credit. The good thing about Cash Advance is that they have a large network of lenders, and you can get a loan decision as fast as a few minutes, funding as soon as the next business day. This is kind of important because if you really need an emergency loan and time is not on your side, you want to tap into a large network of lenders who will be able to consider your application and quickly decide whether or not they will advance you the cash. So here, quantity is very important. And of course, cashadvance.com also has a quality. And the requirements are that even though they don't care about your credit score, they do care about income. So the required income is $1,000 at least per month. And once you have that, that's kind of cool. They also want you to be at your job. They want you to be in the same job at least for 90 days. In other words, if you started working 2 months ago, you can't qualify for that. But if you've been in the same job for 3 months or more, that will be fantastic for this card, for this loan rather. The interest rate, it's kind of steep. It's very steep when you sort of annualize it. Interest rate on an annual basis ranges from 200% to 2,200%. Of course, this is very, very high. But again, we are in the category of bad credit, and this is the kind of terms. This is kind of APR you find here. And the loan term, how long can you get what is the typical loan term? It really varies. We've seen in our investigation, in our analysis, we've heard from people who got loans through cashadvance.com that went from a few days to a few years to 5 years rather. Right. So the great thing here you have to remember here is that cashadvance.com works with a network of short-term lenders to get you cash quickly. They want you to have to be a U.S. citizen, and you have to be 18 years and older. And if you qualify for the income and employment requirements that I spoke to you about, and you got to be able to provide a phone number too, a phone number, email address, and checking account number. And lenders will deposit your loan proceeds in your bank account and may automatically collect your payments from there. Number 4, personalloans.com. Our score 9 over 10. If you have bad credit and you want a loan with guaranteed approval for a large amount, personalloan.com is a great place to go. And loans, we have seen loans ranging from $500 to $50,000. And the great thing here is that all credit types are welcome on this platform, and they are also a very robust, large lender network. And what we like here with the personal loans is that they are available in all 50 states, and you can use the loan for any purpose. Some lenders will restrict the use of the loans. For example, if you have a debt consolidation loan, or you are looking for, you want to travel, or you have to finance a wedding, or you have to finance a home improvement, some lenders will actually restrict the use. But personalloans.com does not do that. So you are really free to use the money as you wish, and you have a fast loan decision and funding. Sometimes we've seen funding as soon as the next day, or 12 hours after the application has been approved. And loan amounts goes from 500 to 50,000. That's what I said earlier. Interest rate is we kind of like this the rates that we've seen on personalloans.com. The interest rate ranges from 5.99% to 35.99%. Loan term 3 to 72 months, and that's kind of very, very reasonable. One thing that I want to say here is that personal loans is your ultimate destination if you're looking for a loan for any purpose. Your offer amount, if any, will depend on your credit history, income, and applicable state law. Of course, you gotta have a job. And personalloans.com lender network offers peer-to-peer loans, personal installment loans, and personal bank loans. And many of the loan providers offer repayment terms from 90 days, as I said earlier, to 72 months, and APRs up to 35.99%. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Student Kiwi Show. We're also having a conversation today around the top 5 bad credit guaranteed approval loans for large amounts up to $50,000. Number 3, badcreditloans.com. Our score, 9.5 over 10. We kind of like this lender. Actually, this is the lender network because of the variety and the simplicity of their interface when it comes to the application. With this lender, you can get loans from $500 to $30,000, and they have been in business for the last 20 years. They've been in business since 1998, and they've been catering to the quote unquote bad credit, fair credit community. So this is a lender who knows whom he's talking to. And one thing that they do very well, of course, they are also a lender network. They will connect you with the lender. And they have a simple form and a quick funding process. You can get your money as soon as the next business day. And one thing we actually love with this lender also is that the interest rates are pretty reasonable. So we're talking about 6% to 36%. And the loan terms, 3 to 60 months. So you have 3 months to 5 years. And the great thing here is that overall, badcreditloans.com finds easy to acquire loans ranging in amounts from $500 to $30,000. However, those with poor quality, with poor credit, typically receive loan offers ranging from $1,000 to $25,000. So, which is pretty decent if you were to think about it, right? That's kind of decent. And one thing that I also want to say is that the platform, the badcreditloans.com platform, can connect you to lenders who require no collateral and also welcome all credit scores. But you gotta satisfy age, residence, and income requirements, and you need to have a checking account, email address, and phone number. So those are the 6 things they require: age, resident, income, checking account, email address, and phone number. Number 2, we have cashusa.com. And Cash USA is pretty cool. We have rated this company 9.5 over 10. When it comes to bad credit guaranteed approval loans for large amounts, one place that is sure great to go is CashUSA.com. And here they service loans from $500 to $35,000. That's pretty cool, right? And they accept all credit types. And the great thing here is, again, they are also touting the speed benefits here. So you can receive a loan decisions in minutes. That's what they're saying on their website. We've investigated that, and that's true. People have said that. And you get the funds directly to your bank account. And you can use the loan for any purpose. When it comes to bad credit guaranteed approval loans, it is very important to have that flexibility. You can you can use the loan for any purpose. As I was saying earlier, some lenders will sort of restrict the use of the funds, and that's not what you want. You don't want to go to a lender who will tell you how to use the funds. You are responsible. You are a responsible adult. You are a responsible borrower. So when you get your cash, you're not asking anybody to tell you what you want. So for us, when reviewing those loans, it was very important to pay attention to the restrictions or lack thereof when it comes to the loans usage. So CashUSA.com is great because they do not restrict the purpose of the loan. And the interest rate is reasonable. It ranges from 6% to 36%. The loan term is pretty cool. You have a duration of 3 months to 72 months. Pretty good, right? 72 months is 6 years. So that's kind of cool. And what I want to say in general is that when it comes to bad credit guaranteed approval loans, CashUSA can connect you to a lender that is willing to lend up to $35,000 that you can access as quickly as the next 24 hours. To qualify, you must be at least 18 years old, be a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. You have to earn a specified amount of income per month. Usually it's the minimum is $1,000, and you need to have a checking account, phone number, and email address. Number one, in our view, the best bad credit guaranteed approval loans for large amounts out there right now is, drumroll, is Money Mutual. Our score, 10 over 10, perfect score. Here is a company that really understands the poor credit, fair credit community. And they have actually tailored a series of products around that community that will serve the needs of that community. So you can receive short-term loans up to $45,000. And Money Mutual is really an online marketplace of lenders. Funds are available in as few as 24 hours. And what we like very, very much, because we tested their interface and we realized that it's very user-friendly, ease of use, very accessible. They have a simple online form that takes less than 5 minutes to complete. And the great thing here is that when we compared all the reviews on the internet, this is a company that has been trusted by more than 2 million customers. And the only sad part of the whole thing here is that they're not available yet in New York and Connecticut. And I think we kind of know the reasons why. There have been some legal and regulatory issues going on there. But yeah. But so they are available in 48 states and not available in New York and Connecticut. One thing that I also want to mention very quickly here is that Money Mutual is also a lender network. And what they do is that their network is deeper. They have access to all tiers of lenders, not just peer-to-peer, not just institutions, but also international. They have in their portfolio international investors, international institutions. So you can have a bank in Munich, in Germany, for example, buying your loan, a loan that was issued to you somewhere in Chicago or Austin. And the thing is, what we love here is that they also have different loans. So the different loan offers may have a variety of payment terms from which you can choose. One thing I need to mention is that the duration of the loan can go all the way to, it can range from 3 months to 84 months. So 3 to 84. So that's 3 months to 7 years. And this is kind of important. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks. We are still having a conversation here. Let me just now give you an overview. Let's have a direct conversation. Quickly, are there guaranteed loans for bad credit? The answer is yes, because even though in theory, the term should be virtually guaranteed, right? Because nothing is guaranteed in this life, maybe except taxes and death, right? But you can't access those loans if you hit certain requirements, and the requirements are that, like, you risk being rejected if you are underage, you're not a U.S. citizen or permanent resident, you reside in a U.S. state where the loan is not available. For example, I was talking to you about Money Mutual and being not available in New York and Connecticut. You have to live in a U.S. state where the loan is available. You need to have a social security number, and you might have a rejection if you recently applied to the issuer's offer for a credit card or loan, and the information on the application is inaccurate, misleading, or unverifiable, and you don't meet the issuer's or the lender's standards for opening an account. My point here is that you have to kind of think about what's really better for your situation, and you need to have your paperwork ready. And now, can you get approved for a loan with bad credit? The answer is yes, because the lending websites that we featured in today's show all specialize in finding loans for folks with bad or fair credit. These lenders have carefully engineered their loan products to provide themselves with enough protection to permit the underwriting of risky loans. And so, depending on whom you connect with, you can expect any loan offer to be for a modest amount and a high APR. And we're showing you right now on the screen here, you can see the typical cost of a short-term loan. And this is an illustrative example. So the principal loan amount, $1,000, finance fee rate, $20 per $100, that's 20%. Total finance charge, $200, right? Loan duration, 30 days. And loan repayment amount, $1,200. And what's the effective APR here? 434%. So it's not the 20% that you might think, it's the 434%, because you need to annualize this amount. And the thing here is that, can you get a loan without a credit check? But many folks with bad credit resort to payday loans because this do not check your credit score. Now, please, folks, if there is one thing I want you to remember from this show, is that payday loans are risky and expensive. The risk is that you will fall into a debt trap in which the fees amount so high that you will never get out of debt, and expensive because of high APRs and late fees. You also have a title loans. Those can also be predatory. In a title loan, you assign your vehicle's title to a lender. The title serves as collateral, and the lender doesn't have to check your credit to approve the loan. However, like payday loans, the title loans can be awfully expensive, and you risk losing your car if you default on your payments. That's kind of important. And because people who go to pawn shops are familiar with another loan source that doesn't require a credit check. You just got to bring in something you own, and the pawnbroker will give you a modest loan, usually for only a small percentage of the item's worth. And you can redeem your pawn tickets by repaying the loan, or simply forget about retrieving your possession and keeping the broker's payment. And one last thing I want to say here is that, please read the fine prints before agreeing to any loan terms. I've given you 5 companies in this show, who are providing bad credit guaranteed approval loans. But please read the fine prints. Do not just trust the lender. And no. You are protecting your financial life, your family's financial life. So please read. If you have bad credit and require emergency cash, you may be willing to pay a high interest rate and nosebleed fees to obtain your money, right? But rather than succumbing to predatory lenders like the providers of payday and title loans, consider the lending websites and credit cards I've spoken to you today about. Now, I haven't spoken to you about credit cards, but the loans there are kind of important. But read the terms. All right, folks, this is it for today's conversation. I really appreciate it. Here's a recap. The top 5 bad credit guaranteed approval loans for large amounts are Money Mutual, 10 over 10, Cash USA, 9.5 over 10, badcreditloans.com, 9.5 over 10, Personal Loans, 9 over 10, and cashadvance.com, 8.5 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. Really appreciate it. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.